Hello everyone, welcome back. What are you doing much today? Just stripping out a load of old boards that we've replaced over the last couple of weeks. What we do is we keep all the spares in like a random box, and that way if we ever get a call out, we normally have got a part on the van that we can use to get people up and running. But I tell you what, because we've been doing a lot of fuse board changes recently, it got me thinking about the future of fuse boards and where they're going to be moving in the industry. So basically what we got now is we've got a thing called, we're on 18th edition part 2, amendment 2. And what that means is we're having to, they're metal fuse boards, minimum dual RCD, which is 2 of them, 1 on each side. Surge protection devices to protect against over voltage is recommended. And they're moving towards now where they're recommending having AFDDs as well. Now, an AFDD is an arc fault detection device. It's like an RCD with paranoia. What they do is an RCD, when the problem occurs, turns off very rapidly. Now, an AFDD turns off in advance of the problem occurring because it detects a lot of information behind the scenes. Now, I'm all for AFDDs, I really am. And I'm all for electrical safety wherever possible, because it's all well and good having it, but when until something goes wrong and someone ends up dying, it's not worth it. But the problem is, where do you draw the line with costs in the domestic sector? Because I know you shouldn't put a price on people's safety, and I'm not saying you should, but a standard fuse board at the moment change to RCBOs for bare safety with surge protection, we charge about £750 supply and fit, which is pretty typical for around our area. Now, if you're going to put AFDDs on all the socket circuits to meet regulations, I can't see how we're going to be any cheaper than £1,100 for a fuse board upgrade. I can't see it. And don't get me wrong, I know there's customers out there that will still happily pay that much money, but the average customer I don't think can afford £1,000 for a fuse board upgrade. So all that's going to happen is DIY electricians are going to start doing fuse board changes again. And immediately they're like, oh well, you can't sign it off because you need a building control notification. I don't think people will care. This is the thing. There's nothing to actually regulate it. They say this, but they're like, oh, you don't have building control. The only time anyone's going to know it isn't got building control notification on it is if they come to sell it. And even then, you're relying on the solicitor being able to find it. Yeah, it's just a little bit around this. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for AFDDs. And maybe, don't get me wrong, I think we're early days. I think RCBOs, when they first came out, were like £100 plus each. So each fuse board to RCBO is costing about £1,200 anyway. Just on materials normally. But, so yeah, the prices will probably plummet. But the problem is RCBOs were never just recommended. Okay, they've come down naturally. 5-10 years from now, we'll have to fit RCBOs as standard. Which, here's an RCBO. Basically means every MCB is an RCBO, got its own RCD built in. Great devices, we fit them as standard now. But them prices have plummeted on their own. Now AFDDs are already recommended. And that normally means on the next set of regulation changes, they're going to be mandatory. So 5 years from now, they're going to be mandatory. I don't think the prices can plummet quick enough through popularity to justify AFDD boards. I don't see how. Like, this is probably just a moan on my part, but yeah. It is easy for me to say, oh, everyone should have AFDD boards fitted, but I can't morally just charge someone more money just because I want that. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, let me know what you think. I mean, from everyone, from customers' side and from electricians' perspectives, let me know what you think on it, because it's a lot of money to direct onto it. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for safety. And in certain conditions, I guess they're mandatory, they will be. don't get me wrong, at the moment AFDDs I think are required in certain premises on socket circuits, and they are care homes, high risk buildings like blocks of flats, house of multiple occupants, things like that. So currently they're not actually required for domestic, but if you live in like, I don't know, a grade 2 listed cottage, I probably would say you need them. In like high risk flammable areas, but I don't know, it's a lot of money. So I'll go about back. Yeah, I just don't see how where's it? I'm just gonna get another board I need to strip out. Yeah, board number 2. Yeah, I just don't see how it is. I think this basically links back to my rant, which is I'm all for the electrical industry changing, but it's changing so rapidly and so quickly that logistics can't add me up. So they can't. I mean, you've got all this stuff going on in the world at the moment, and we're like, oh, we want to push towards electric vehicle chargers, you know, no diesel or petrol vehicles manufactured and sold after 2030. Which, yeah, it's all well and good, but I bet you any money there is not physically enough labour or materials to have all them chargers fitted by that period. And how do you start dealing with people who live in flats or in London and stuff like that where you haven't got driveways? Yeah, food for thought, I guess. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've got any advice or ideas, or heck, let me know if you're actually happy with it. It's. I haven't got a family. I haven't got kids. Maybe it's different. Maybe that perspective changes when you realise, well, it's my family's safety at risk. So, where did I put that screwdriver? See, so you think, yeah, there it is. Sorry, interchangeable heads on screwdrivers. So yeah, maybe it's different when you're in that perspective. But I don't know. If money was no object, would I have it? I mean, I'm probably biased here because I'm an electrician. I tell you what, that's probably why I'm biased, because I am an electrician, so I know the dangers more than the general public. That's probably it. And I think until you see dangers and you see how easily something can happen, you don't do it. Like, let's face it, a vast majority of people are their speed. Yeah, I used to speed. I actually had to go on a speed awareness course, and I tell you what, them courses are great because they really open your eyes to it. You obviously get shown all the horrible pictures of what happens when you speed and someone's in a car crash. And once you see it firsthand what can happen, you very much don't want to speed ever again. And you become a lot more of a cautious driver. So probably, yeah, because I've seen electrics go wrong. I've gone to call outs where the wall with the fuse board is all black from where it's combusted. Maybe I've got a better understanding of them. And don't get me wrong, if your house was one of them houses that caught fire, I bet you very much wish you did have AFDDs, but at the end of the day, if Mr. and Mrs. Briggs from down the road can't afford the extra £400 for an AFDD board, what happens? This is it, if they can't afford it, what do? Do I fit an RCBO board for them that I fit now, but it doesn't meet compliance? Do they stick with their remaining board that has no protection whatsoever? Do we go down the finance route? Do we go? I mean, I don't know. We try to help our customers where possible. We offer finance. We through a third party. We'll try and defer payments if needed. We'll compromise where possible. But we're a business at the end of the day, and it's very hard to. You have to separate the emotion to the logic. Yeah, quick little 10-minute moan while I'm doing some odd bits around the office on bank holiday weekend. Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, and as always, like and subscribe and watch all our other content to see me moan even more about the electrical industry. Yeah, right, all the best, catch you later, have a very nice, I say bank holiday weekend, this probably isn't going to get published on bank holiday weekend, because I doubt I'm going to get it uploaded by tomorrow. So have a very good end of April / May. See you later.